Good evening, everyone. Tonight is Monday, April 6, 2026, and the time is 7:02 p.m., and I call this meeting to order. Rich, will you take the roll, please?
Ms. Puderball?
Here.
Mr. Kramer? Here. Mr. Stephanie?
Here. Before we stand for the prayer, I'd like to recognize a moment of solemn remembrance. Today we pause to honor those who have given their lives in service to our nation. They come from different places, backgrounds, and beliefs, yet stood united by a common commitment to protect, to serve, and to defend something greater than themselves. Their sacrifice does not belong to one cause, one moment, or one perspective. It belongs to all of us. It is carried in the freedoms we live with each day, in the communities we build, and the responsibilities we share to lead with integrity, respect, and unity. Today we stand as members of a grateful nation. We remember the courage it takes to serve, the cost borne by the families and loved ones, and the enduring legacy of those who do not return. Let us celebrate a moment of silence to be in reflection. Let it be a quiet promise to live in a way worthy of their sacrifice, to care for one another, and to uphold the ideas they defend. Please observe a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Next, I call up Reverend Chuck Snuckweiler. Weiler. Okay, all right. I was like, I'm going to mess it up. I know I am. So, okay, he's a retired reverend from, and he's attending Hope Church in our community. So please stand.
It's interesting to be, I live very close to the Bath Township, because that's where I live in Fairborn, but since our church is looking for property, because we've got to relocate, because, I don't know, some gas station wants our, something anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, will you please pause with me?
I hear you found that property.
I hope so. I haven't got that final word, but if you say that, I believe you.
I'm just saying.
Good,
Word on the street is
good. That's a good note.
9 acres.
That's a good note. Good start. Yeah, that's good. I thought it was, so close. Please join me. God, we are thankful for your providence and ask that you would guide this meeting and guide this township. May it prosper in faith. May it prosper in all ways. We thank you for those who have already been mentioned, those who fight on our behalf, and for the freedoms we enjoy. For this year of celebration of 250 years of that freedom and standing and growing and going, may the business conducted tonight honor you as we look to be people whose lives honor you. And we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Thank you, Reverend Chuck. We appreciate it.
Very much.
All right, we'll start with the administrator's report.
I don't think I have anything to add.
I know it's not mine. I'm mine.
So thank you for talking to NVRPC for co-hosting the meeting. That is great. Are they going to do the bulk of the speaking then?
Yeah.
Is that what
That's
we
the
agreed?
plan.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. Okay, and are we sharing the cost? How did you talk?
We're still working that out.
Gotcha, all right. Did you determine location for sure? I know we have Sugar Valley tentatively reserved. but-
That's our understanding at this point, yes.
Gotcha, okay. And do you want to talk about the big monstrosity sitting next to you?
this?
That little tiny thing, yes.
You had to do it. I was hoping we'd go the whole day.
For
but I made sure it was sitting right here.
I'm glad to hear
It
that.
is
So
it's in his
No,
minutes
it's been
there.
displayed out front.
Choice One Engineering is an engineering firm that we do business with probably at least once every couple of years. They, for as long as I've known, do this charity cup each year to raise money for the Miami Valley Down Syndrome Association. And they added the Ronald McDonald's House here the last couple of years. I forget, Kara, what they raised, $7,000, I think, for MV?
They paid for
Yes,
the summer picnic.
Yeah, for the families. And it's always a great event. As you can see, there's a lot of winners going back to 2001 for these events. They have a different skill set that you have to bring to the table every year. I know you've participated in the past, Carolyn, I think. Fred, did you try one year? We didn't win that year. So this year was like putt-putt golf. They had 9 holes that were put together. They borrowed from somebody, and what was interesting is that you got to use a putter twice. The rest of the holes, you use things like a cardboard tube and surveyor's stance. It's a 7-foot-long thing, and you're always putting with something different. And Kara got, I shouldn't say she got smartly, Kara told us about halfway through, let's put together the right team, and we put Justin and I together, and we ended up winning the thing. So it worked out.
So that was her sharp strategy, is that what you're
Yes,
talking-
her quick thinking. Yeah,
That was quick
We
thinking.
got approval before we did it.
Oh,
Yep.
We
okay.
weren't cheating.
yeah.
It was all above board.
Is this the first time we've won first
This-
place?
this
The-
is.
The very first?
This
Okay,
is.
we are on the box now. Okay.
Yeah, they'll be in, she ordered the new plate, and she'll be in the next couple weeks to put it on.
Do we get to pick the color?
So
We keep it for the year, and then we take it back next year. It's another way for them to get you to come back, too. But
That's a good strategy.
it's pretty neat. And it probably weighs, what, Kara, 40
It's
pounds?
heavy, yeah.
That's a solid block of
So
wood.
is there the name of the past winners on there? Is that?
It is on both sides. Yep.
Yep. Dahlbrook's not on there at all, for the
How many
record.
years has it been going? How many?
Since 2001. So we're at, what, 25 years?
Yeah, Rushi won last year.
Yeah, now there's a gap between 2006 and 2019. I don't know why. But they may have lost the gap.
Because it's on this side.
Was it on that side? That's silly that they would go over there. So there's, yeah, the other side's covered too, apparently. Well, yeah, that's probably the biggest news.
That is-
I'm surprised it wasn't on Fox News the next day.
I'm sure it should have been.
Yes.
Any other questions for Barry? All right, we'll move on to zoning and Kara. And I can't see you over the trophy.
Well, Rich moved it in.
I have nothing to add, except that it's complaint season, my favorite season of the year. So it's just busy. As the weather warms up and people get outside, they start looking at their neighbor's junk and don't like it. So just keep that in mind. Everyone's outside. If you have piles of trash on your property, I'm probably going to hear about them. That's all I have to add.
So you got you got the Pete Rumble deal going?
Yeah, that's still on hold. I talked with Ober last week. They have the counts, the traffic counts completed. The study should be submitted to the engineer's office this week. How long it takes the engineer's office to review that study, though, is TBD. I would say we are not going to hear the case at the zoning commission in April, probably not in May. I would assume potentially it will be heard by regional planning in May and then show up on our agenda in June at the zoning commission, then come to you after that. So that's where we are with that case.
I have a question. How is that going to affect the possible development that Bellbrook and Centerville is working on, sort of right down the road from there?
So the county engineer, this is further down Wilmington.
Yeah.
You know, it's not exactly in the same area.
Right.
But the county engineer very smartly at the Regional Planning Commission, cognizant of the traffic on Wilmington-Dayton, she's got a roundabout that she's putting in at Centerville. because of all of those things, she wanted to get a better handle or understanding of how the development that Ober is proposing is going to impact the transportation network. There's also a long-term road improvement project in the thoroughfare plan that comes into play with this particular project. So that's why the engineer's office smartly said, okay, let's pause, let's study this a little bit in more detail. So all of the background traffic is going to be, obviously they're not going to, the subdivision that's proposed in Centerville isn't going to have any background traffic that they were able to capture, but certainly engineer's office is aware there's another one proposed that's going to use the same roadway network. So it'll be a consideration as she reviews the study as it comes in.
Any other questions for Kara? All right, let's move over to fiscal officer.
Yeah, a couple things. We're still waiting for the auditor to call. She was going to, indicated she would call me about the 24-25 audit 2 weeks ago, so I reached out today and got a hold of her, and she said she'll get with us soon, so we're still waiting for that. You'll see further down that there are a couple increased appropriations for the EMS fund, specifically two amounts, $60,000 capital outlay for the down payment of the medic, which we discussed a few weeks ago, and then the ladder truck. This will be the last full ladder truck payment of $106,000 for this year, and that's due in about 10 days. We pay that from the fire ancillary fund. We were aggressive in paying off the fire chief's car. The revenue from Centerville doesn't come until May. So we're moving money from EMS to pay that, but the Centerville ancillary fund receives about $120,000 a year. The ladder truck payment will be finished, the full payment will be finished. We only have a $35,000 payment next year, and then the new medic most likely will come out of that as well. So there should be a surplus in the fire ancillary fund after this year with that large payment being done. So that's what the appropriations are for.
And next year was 35,000?
Expected, yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's exciting.
That
is
is
exciting.
It's nice to have that paid off and still have some useful life in the equipment, so you don't have to go out and replace it right away. So, but the payment on the medic will basically replace engine 71 that'll roll off this year as well. So it's lining up pretty well.
This is exciting.
That's all I have.
Did you want to say anything else to the fiscal officer? I think, not now?
Oh, I just saw what our balance was.
Oh, okay.
And I got excited.
Fred gets excited when the
Yes.
when the fund balance, which, as an accounting lesson, that's a point in time. That's your cash balance in the checking
I
account.
get
So a lot of bills have been paid since then, but that's the tax revenue that came in. And we receive approximately $9 million. So this was half the year. And so we're sitting at 8, and it's probably below 8.
More importantly, because we have that money there, and you are investing it with Huntington.
FDIC insured at 3%, yeah. So as interest rates come down, so does that, but that's where we'd rather be as opposed to some exotic investment opportunity that I'm not interested in.
Gold coins?
No gold coins.
No, good plan.
I believe they did not have trustee approval.
I do believe that is the case. Not good.
So we move funds from that surplus balance as needed. We move them over in chunks of time, within time, as we need it for payroll or larger bills or that kind of thing. So we're active in moving money out of there when we need it, only.
Gotcha. And speaking of Huntington Bank, I know myself and Trustee Kramer had done a DocuSign
Yes.
form. Does Trustee?
I think she's
also
finished.
need-
got
I
accepted.
Okay, so
started
you
it.
also, okay, it didn't
Yeah.
show up last time I looked at it.
Well, I didn't get it until tonight, about 5.
Probably right
Oh,
after.
okay, so they're doing
Ish.
it.
We think it went in progression, so Fred signed it, it came to you, you signed it, it then
So
went
I
to her.
signed, then Fred,
Okay.
and Carolyn, and I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they did alphabetical or
Because,
something.
yeah,
Okay,
Barry
gotcha.
texted earlier to ask, and I went in and I didn't have it.
So we should be wrapped up.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you
we're
for
all set
that.
on that. All right, we'll move over to fire.
I'll just point point out for the trustees, you may not be aware, we've scheduled AC's retirement celebration for 4:30 here from 12 to 2.
I'm sorry, Joanne?
12 to
Yeah,
2.
Or April 30th.
Okay, 12 to 2, April 30th or 13th? I had it as the 13th. Okay.
13th's her retirement date.
So April 30th, thank you.
Here, at noon?
12 to 2, yeah.
12 to 2, okay,
I
gotcha.
guess it's worth mentioning from a financial standpoint regarding Joanne is that we did the calculations based on the opportunity for her to work part-time, and we still believe there's going to be a savings that's going to basically cover the down payment for the new medic.
Okay,
That's great.
So,
it really is. I did have something kind of fun happen to me. So I have a cousin that lives in Idaho, and they were at a Firehouse Subs in Idaho, and they said that they were seeing like all of the ribbon cuttings and openings of all the places throughout the country, and they saw our Sugar Creek Township, the
right?
ribbon cutting when we opened our Firehouse Subs, and they're like, "I saw you!" So that was kind of neat. It's everywhere. All right, we'll move over to police.
The chief is,
First of
Oh,
all,
I'm sorry. Go
it
ahead.
amazes me at how many times we have asked Bellbrook for help. I've never seen it so out of whack. What is it? Request by Bellbrook 18, request or receive from Bellbrook 28. We are getting more support from Bellbrook than we're sending to them. I've never seen it before.
this
And it's the second
reporting
time.
period.
This is the
This
third
is-
month in a row.
Well, so, and I'm going to speak on the chief's behalf. Anytime that there's a fire alarm, call for a fire alarm that comes out, Bellbrook is an automatic response. So of the 28 calls, they probably didn't actually respond that many times. They would have been told to stand down to go, return to quarters, because it was a false alarm. Most of our fire alarms are false alarms, but they're automatically dispatched. It's the same thing, when they get one, we get automatically dispatched. Beaver Creek would have been dispatched on some of those, Washington Township would have been dispatched on some of those, and so on and so forth. So, and we have had an absolute crazy amount of fire alarms the last 2 weeks.
I was just going to say, we're looking at, we're at almost, what, 400?
393.
So we are looking at 1,600,
Just above last year.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
All right, anything else for fire? All right, police.
So the chief is back in the other conference room conducting an interview right now. As you may have heard, Linda Lotsbay is retiring, I think in May, is that right?
I think so.
In May. So we had someone interested in a position, and I spoke with her today, and it may be a very good fit. We'll know here shortly.
Oh, super.
All right.
Carolyn, did you get CPR trained when we did it?
I did, but it's probably been a couple of
We're
years.
It's
having a
expired.
refresher course tomorrow at 12:30. I just remembered that you were in our group.
I think there was a third date too,
There
wasn't
might
there?
be. I'll get with you, or have Josh get with you on getting that training. It's short. I think
Okay.
it's just a half hour because it's
Yeah.
a refresher.
Okay.
But we'll make sure to get that information.
12:30
to you.
tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
It's at the fire department.
Okay. All right. And I also, for police, I know Officer Liggett is going to be our 2026 hometown hero for the Sugar Maple Festival.
Correct.
Who's our fire person for that?
I haven't heard.
Usually have one of
I've
each.
not seen that
I
either.
haven't seen anything on that.
Well, if you want to go out, they are at the Bellbrook Park at Saturday, April 25th at 12 noon is when they award the hometown hero.
Correct.
You said 12 noon?
12 noon.
At Bellbrook Park.
All right, anything else for police? All right, we'll move over to roads and services.
We have 5 applicants for the roads and services, 2 openings that we have. So we'll discuss that in executive session tonight.
Okay, I did notice on his report, there were a couple of things, like the third one down, Mo Shop, Bike Path, Clio Memorial. I don't know what the Mo Shop is.
They call this the shop, the property here, they call the shop.
Oh, they mowed the shop. Okay, so they're saying our
Grass,
property, basically. Okay, got you. And then picked up 704 from Interstate 4. Is that, I assume, one of their vehicles?
truck,
Just
yep.
one of their trucks, okay. Check signs throughout township for sign. I didn't know what that meant either.
That's
I'm assuming it has something to do with the sign grant that Justin has been working on preparing.
Oh, good. Okay, well, I was hoping we were doing the
That's
sign
probably
grant.
related to that.
Okay, gotcha. And then the dumpster fires at Lowe's? I was
That
just
was at
curious
Lowe's.
what was going
Yeah,
on.
so they had a compactor fire. So the compactor it has an enclosed dumpster that plugs into the back of the compactor, and it compacts the trash and shoves it compressed into that dumpster, and it just keeps loading it. Well, somebody put some batteries in the trash, and those sparked and caught fire. So, and it was down in the dumpster. So they had to get the dumpster away from the building, and our guys had to take the Mini out and dig the trash out of the end of the dumpster so that they could get it put out. They also had put some paint in the dumpster, which you're not supposed to do. So when you add water to cans of paint, yeah, it was
What a mess.
kind of a mess, yeah.
It was.
They had a little bit of an EPA cleanup up there. Yeah.
What is the skid steer, too? I saw we got a new bridge for it.
Is like a bobcat.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean when I say that?
I do.
So one of the things on your agenda tonight for the road department is a brush for the front end of the skid steer. We've got a street sweeper that is not great at picking up big quantities of debris, and it doesn't do well getting off the edge of the road. We get so much gravel on the road here from the concrete plant and all the other, landscaping businesses and everything. And we can sweep it with the street sweeper, but it just doesn't do a great job. So this will be a round broom for the front that'll sweep it into a collection unit on the back of the broom, and then we can lift that and put it in a truck and haul it away. It'll be much cleaner on the road. It'll be able to we're getting a buildup off the edge of pavement that's in some spots this high. Well, that's a dam for water, and the water can't get off the road. Then we get ponding on the road, and it's not
I
safe.
see that on Lower Bellbrook or Washington Mill, and I'm
Yep.
seeing it on 725.
Well, and I had asked about, I think Stewart is a county road, and
It is.
with all the water, and these sides of it are in pretty bad shape, on out past like towards Senior
Or even on, that's Washington Mill. Washington Mill going towards Bellbrook from Sugar Creek, where it floods across the field. That is just horrible. So we have a need.
Yeah.
And the county has a bigger need.
Yeah, this won't do any good for that.
I know.
Yeah. But like right now up on Feedwire, with that new development going in, there's a lot of debris on that road also. And we can get it up there and get it cleaned up quick.
Anything else for roads and services? All right, we'll move over to information technology.
We are working on getting everything in place for the House Bill 96 or 86, whatever it was, that we have to be in compliance for this July.
And I have a meeting tomorrow with our cyber grant guru, who's going to tell me what we need to do to expend the $10,000 in funds for endpoint detection, something or other. So it's all moving forward, the grant that we received. So Tech Advisors is helping us with that.
We already received the grant?
We will, once, it's a reimbursement, so we pay the money and then we get reimbursed. But yes, we've got $10,000, I believe, is the award, just over 10.
One thing as you're talking, Kara, it made me think, people are asking, do you know when Dimhurst Coffee, when they are opening the?
Oh, my goodness.
Because I'm getting a lot of questions.
But I will
Okay.
ask when, and I will.
June.
see if-
June?
Yeah, they were here at the chamber meeting last week.
You better get moving.
Work that's being
Oh, yeah,
done.
they're putting it like
You
gravel.
tell me June and
and-
this is April?
I know, I agree.
It's fast. I mean, once they started, they have not stopped.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, they were at the chamber meeting last week, and I asked her. And her son has not outgrown the onesie yet. He loves it.
Perfect.
He loves it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Are they making that so you come in maybe like off of Upper Bell feed wire and then go off South Alpha?
Correct,
like
it'll
a-
have two
Correct, you go in through us.
Yeah,
It's right in, right out only on Upper Bell.
yeah.
Just right, you can't turn
But
that.
it is not a drive-through per se, like you have to stop and get
Right.
it. All right, we'll move on to trustees. You can start.
You want to start with me? Well, first, I met with Parks today, more about the Arbor Day Foundation, the Tree City, and I'll talk about that in a minute. They were going to host the June 1st community collaboration meeting, but I guess they've been advised that it should probably be us, the city, or the schools, because if they're going to start hosting, then library should be involved. So we probably need to see who's going to host our next meeting. And I think we had it at the city building the last time, so it would either be us.
Say that again.
Yeah, I'm
The
confused.
library?
Yeah,
We agreed, there's only 4 entities that go to, it's the parks, the city, the schools, and us.
so they were told that they really should only be present if it's more of like a park issue. For example, the last meeting when we were at the city building, Sugar Creek and the schools were more talking about like their resource officers and things like that, and they really don't have a place in that conversation. So,
Well, the whole intent
They-
is
they
community
attended.
collaboration.
Yeah, they
so
attended the
it's a-
meeting.
so I'm just relaying a message, so we need to find a host.
I'll call Jeff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, that's all.
So this is very disturbing that we make these plans. They agree to host it. And now, when we get to, what, a month away, 2 months away, there's an issue?
Yeah, I just asked about it today because I noticed that we had not received information or an invite, so I asked, and he said that his commission, so yeah, Barry can call in and take care of that or whatever, but the last time that was at the city, so if they're not going to participate, it would be us or the schools that would have to have the next one.
Okay. Yeah, we don't mind hosting, we just like to
Yeah,
share
we're trying
the.
to share it around,
Yeah.
and they volunteered.
I understand, but yeah, I'm just relaying a message.
Okay. Did he mention why the library? I mean, we do some.
He just used that as an example,
Okay, gotcha.
that the commission said if the parks were going to participate, other organizations such as the library should be part of the collaboration, and that was just something he used as an example. So, just relaying a message. Don't kill the messenger.
Too late.
All right.
Yeah.
We just never heard that before.
Yeah,
That is,
yeah, but I mean, I haven't received an invite for June 1st. Has anybody else?
No.
Yeah, so that's why I asked. So that, and then I did learn more about the Arbor Day and that information just today, so I'm going to take the information and put it together in a document so I can share it with everybody, so we're on the same page when we go through it. There's 4 standards if we're going to participate that we have to meet. They seem pretty easy. Some of them, I think, like one of them we could knock out with Sugar Maple Festival. So we can discuss that more. Again, I just met this morning, so I want to put together something. So when we talk about it, we all have the same information in front of us, because I was given a chapter book of information today. And I also received a POC to reach out to, so we don't have to reinvent the wheel, and we can sort of follow their lead. And if we go about this, we would be the 5th township in the state of Ohio to be part of this organization or
so 4
foundation.
have already done this.
Yeah.
So townships can do this
Yeah,
city
the
thing.
Tree City.
It's just
Tree
the
community.
name of it. It's really a tree community. We get $2 per capita, so that means we would get almost about $20,000. And we do have to establish a board, and it can be 5 to 7 members. And at first, I was thinking like maybe it should be like 2 of us and 3 parks employees, but then...
Well, then we'd have to have the library.
Well, I mean, we could ask. She might want to participate. But as my wheels started turning more, I feel like that might be more bias if a decision was made. So I asked if it could be, like a trustee, 1 park person. They even suggested maybe roads, because our roads people are out sometimes taking care of trees. So anyways, I have, 5 people that I think, but I'll put it all together and send it out, and then maybe we can discuss it later and how we want to move forward. But sugar maple would be one of our standards that we could cross off if we're going to move forward with that.
Well, that's
But that's not in the
something-
township.
What?
That's not in the township.
But we could have our Arbor Day there at Sugar Maple Festival
Oh, I got you.
and pass out the information and what we're doing, and we wouldn't have to set up our own booth. We could do it right at the parks booth, and also pass out any other township information at their booth.
And I talked briefly with the city manager in Bellbrook, and he said that a lot of the things that the city was already doing, they
Yeah.
just counted toward what they had to do for this thing. So it sounds like it's just boxes that we
It is,
check.
it seems like a lot of information, but when I started sort of pulling it apart, the standards look pretty easy to meet.
Excellent.
And it's 4, so.
Perfect, thank you.
So that is that. The other thing, June 19th from noon to 2 at Socket Right, the parks are putting on America 250 years, and they're doing a baseball game. And I'm in charge of helping get volunteers. And I didn't know if maybe our fire department could be the people who grill the hot dogs for that. And let's see, I guess, would I,
June 19th?
yes, from noon to 2.
Noon to 2?
Yeah. Yeah, it is Juneteenth. Is that a Saturday?
It's a Friday,
Oh,
but it's a holiday, so people might be off more.
they're going to do ice cream there. I could talk to you if you guys have an activity or something going on. He said we could bring more into it if we wanted to, because Socket Right is a large space. So we were going to see if we could get Bellbrook Police and Fire, Sugar Creek Police and Fire, to even have some vehicles there just for younger kids. Ice cream will be there. The first 150 will get a free cone. We were going to plan for 150 hot dogs. The park said they would provide water. So the flyer will be put together and sent out, and then we can plan, and I guess I could reach out to Doug to see if he would want the Sugar Creek Fire to grill the hot dogs for them.
Are they doing, is it going to be an old-timesy baseball game? Okay, they did that, that. Mike Pittman was playing in it last time, and you were too.
Time
I don't
did you say
remember
that
what year
noon
that
to
was,
2.
but that's been a few
That
years
was
ago.
Bellbrook, it was something to do with Bellbrook's bicentennial.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
maybe it was their.
Havlack was
Yep.
Yeah,
involved in it, 'cause I think I played too.
okay,
been a while.
yeah, okay, that has been a long time. Okay, that's great.
You didn't get a hit.
Yeah. Thursday, I'm meeting with the city and all those who participate in Christmas in the Park. So I didn't know, I know as when I was over the chamber, I was a big part of that, but I don't know if we want to be any role or if there's anything that we would want to offer to that event. So I'm meeting Thursday.
Open to ideas. I know generally they have people that have floats and the singing, and they bring in the Santa and the
If you got a vehicle, you can be in the.
gingerbread
Yeah.
house
Yeah.
contest, all that stuff.
Yeah, so
I usually do that with the chamber, so
Yeah, I generally just tag along with the
So I
chamber,
don't
too.
really-
Or sing.
feel a need that we need to do it, but I'm open to it
Yeah.
if that's what you want.
I don't want to be like, it's like all me and I'm not like making it an open thing. I just have always volunteered for years, even when I wasn't sitting in the seat, so.
Yeah,
Meaning- yeah.
email about volunteering, but if there's something they need or want,
Okay.
let us know.
Yeah, I'll know more after the meeting on Thursday because I don't know if it's the first meeting, I haven't been to any. This is just shifting gears. Friday night, I went to Sugar Creek Photography. They had somebody playing, and it was a really, he had a great turnout. It was good to see, that was well attended. And then the Veterans Park update, Barry, did you have any luck with any of that this week?
We talked with the contractor on the lighting. They told us, it's been over a week ago, that the lights were back, and they were getting with the contractor to get them back installed. I know Carolyn reached out to Chad Fisher last week, and I've not seen anything come back from him, and I don't think you haven't either.
No.
Yeah.
But I resent the list of the names and asked when can we get an update, and
Yeah, I went through emails, I forwarded on to Barry what I had, so couldn't find anything else.
Emails about concerning what?
The plaque on for
Yeah,
the
we're-
Veterans Park.
trying to find what commitments was made and what time frame we're looking at, because we were initially told we'd receive the plaques for the base of the Jim Martin statue on Veterans Day last year, and then it moved to December, and we're still
Waiting.
radio silence, so we're waiting to get those.
Yeah.
But that was promised to be
Yeah.
part of
So
the
it's
plaque, part of,
and the names, right?
Yes.
yeah, the plaque and the names. But we will do, one of the 4 plaques is the one with the bio we agreed to pay for as the township, but the other 3 were supposed to be included with the statue.
Correct.
Yeah, and I mean, clearly the emails are there, he's received the information, so. And then I just had another question. This is about the website and job postings, and I did reach out to Kara, and she did update it. But I noticed a lot of the, like, dates on the job postings are very outdated, but we're still, like, looking for police officers, but it might be 2022. So I know for me, if I'm looking for a job and I see that, I don't even apply because I think it's probably already filled. So if we're looking for these positions, we might want to get that updated.
I'll let
Just-
Sarah take a look at that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. And I think that might be all I have right now. So, yeah, just, yep, that's it. Fred, I think it's your turn.
Yeah, Sugar Maple Festival is April 24th through the 26th. The 25th is the parade. I will not be attending. Don't know if either of you are.
I think we determined that none of us
None
are
of us are
available for the
available.
parade, which is the first
So
time
we're
ever,
shut
I
out on the
think.
parade.
I mean, I'm clearly not going through it by myself without, that would be weird.
Okay. Okay. The Harlem Wizards are playing the Bellbrook Coaches in a basketball game on April 29th.
I have my tickets.
The Harlem Wizards are the Harlem Globetrotter knockoffs, and they play the high schools and stuff for money,
It's actually not just the coaches, they're playing the staff,
staff.
along with the SRO, we'll be playing with them.
Oh,
Good,
that's great.
great. I know-
That would be, you see how you're sitting right now? I'll just move with that.
And I'll be sitting right next to you
Fred, where is that at?
at the high school at 7 o'clock on the 29th.
Tickets, I believe, can get online.
You have to get them online, you can get them off Bellbrook High School's website.
And there's also a QR code on the
Correct.
posters, if you see them, like at Dots or the post office, they're kind of all around, yep.
We did get a official notice that the head of the Ohio Township Association Board of Directors have removed Heidi Fout as the executive director. Kyle Brooks has been appointed as the interim executive director, and there's no really other information about that at this time. That's going on. We got Deerfield, Sarah, we got Deerfield Homeowners Association.
I think that's coming up, yep.
It's in April. It's 20th?
Sounds right.
I think it's April 20th.
Yeah.
Let me look.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's 6 PM.
I will not be able to make that.
I will not either. I've got a commitment at 6:30 that night.
I have it on my calendar.
Okay, Jody will be there on the 20th.
So make sure you give me any information I need to share.
And on the 24th, Carolyn and I and Barry attended Hope Taft's recognition for being awarded the Garden Club of America's highest award for gardening in the United States. So this isn't a state, this is a national award. Apparently 18,000 people applied and 10 were selected. So this is a very select group. We went a couple of weeks ago to her celebration in Dayton, but this award will be given in New York City. So if you see Hope, that's a pretty big award. And I think that's all I have. River Ridge 1 has their covenants approved and finalized. So, 2 years to the date. Okay, that's all I have.
Okay, as far as my updates, we have on the agenda this evening a proclamation for the National Day of Prayer on May 7th. That conflicts with MVRPC for me, so it is a 9 a.m. Prayer service, and we will have our proclamation signed by the trustees after tonight, but I would need one of you to attend that, so.
I would love to do that.
All right, okay.
If you're-
And where is it, though?
The Bellhop Cafe.
At 9 a.m.?
Yes.
On May 7th.
May 7th. And Kara, I wanted to check on the pocket constitutions. Did we
They
get
have
those?
arrived.
So we've got
They are
those,
here.
so they will be passed out. Will we have
Sugar Creek
some kind of
Festival,
branding for
some
Sugar Creek
sort of
Township,
something,
America
yes.
250?
Yes.
So if we are doing something with the parks and there's a booth there for the township, we could have that be part of our pass out there. So that is good. And I was, as Fred just mentioned, we were at the event for Hope Taft. I was also at the grand opening of Godfather's Pizza, and that was very exciting. The Godfather was there in costume, so it was fun. But they're starting a new concept where they are trying to make it a drive-through everywhere they go. So that was, the old Kentucky Fried Chicken building was perfect for what they were looking for, that they can do that. And it was very exciting, and they did a really nice job. They actually said on all of their things, and they had little ornaments here, but they actually did brand as Sugar Creek Township. So I was very excited about that, because usually we're all lumped in together. It's all Bellbrook, so I was like, oh, they actually said, and they said, I've got copies, I don't know, did it get posted, the actual, like the ribbon cutting ceremony? They actually said for Sugar Creek Township, so that was exciting that they actually did that there.
You know, I went the next day to go there, but they weren't open yet, and online it said they were, so it was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I went out like
Because I saw they were open the
11:30.
day before,
Yeah.
even.
So I didn't know if maybe they just did a grand, I don't know.
Okay. I don't know either. And I did see on Jim's recommendation, we did, my husband and I went and saw The Great Awakening, so that was an excellent suggestion there, so we did that. And I do have a comment about the prayer before our meetings that I will make later in the meeting here, so we can talk about that a little bit later. And I think that's all I've got.
Okay.
Any other comments for the moment? All right, we'll move on to public comments limited to 5 minutes per person, agenda-related business only. Is there anyone that would like to speak about agenda-related business?
I'd like to make a public comment.
Sure, would you mind coming up to the stand, Mr. Buckler? All right.
I told Barry I was coming down, and I wanted to talk about all the good things about Sugar Creek Township. And he says, but David, we only have 5 minutes.
Okay, that is a
I
good
said,
problem.
you only have.
That's a good problem to have. All right.
I'm putting you on the clock now, David.
Well, you're actually the reason I'm here, so people get mad.
Oh, boy. Okay.
You're
If
the
you
one.
could start with your name and address for the official record, thank you.
My name's David Buckalow. I live in Bellbrook, Ohio. As a way of introduction to some of the people in here, I'm also a former township trustee and a former mayor. That makes me a dinosaur. wrap your head around that time frame. I'm here, I want to talk about, I'm concerned about the fire departments, concerned about the way it's gone. And I didn't practice this, and I got scribbled notes. At one time, Bellbrook and Sugar Creek shared police services, and we shared fire services, and I served during that time. I served when it was joint, and I served when it was separate. I've seen it both. And when I was a trustee, my area of responsibility was police. Now, I know a fire study's been done. I've gone over that in detail, actually, here in this building. And I appreciated the time I was given. Here's the deal. Now, I don't want to, I'm not here to criticize anybody. But I just want to state some things, because I did watch one of your videotapes, and I heard a lot of stuff being said that was inaccurate. Just, you know, you have your own opinions, but you can't have your own facts. The fire station you have in Bellbrook, the city gave that to the township station for $1. I know that because I'm the person that said to the city manager, because the township is having trouble coming up with land. Every time they go look at a parcel of land, the cost of the land went up. And back in that time period, there were actually newspapers, and it was in one paper article after another, and I said to the city manager, which was Dave Hamilton, I said, we got that big parking lot out there. I said, why don't we take a corner of it and sell it to the township for $1? Just give it to them. He said, okay. No one made a big deal about it. No one stood on their chair. No one pounded their chest. It wasn't a big deal. It was done over a telephone. And Bob Downey was one of the trustees. I remember Bob. And we called him up and said, would you be interested? And they said, yeah, we'll take that deal. It's pretty good. In addition to that, there's a building on that piece of land. Now, the taxpayers in Bellbrook and the taxpayers in Sugar Creek all contributed to the fire department, because we had one department serving both areas. So it would be good for people, and this is not an edge, it's a fact, people to keep in mind that when they look at that building and they start dividing up like they do in divorce court, you know, what's mine and what's yours and all of this, at the time, it was ours. So someone who lived on Nedger Drive or Weed Place or Lakeman, they paid for it, and someone who lived on Sears Road helped pay for it too, okay? So, well, that's it. And Joe Knopp was the fire chief. So, and he was a good chief. And I went through the study that was done. And I was disappointed in the study. I think a lot of people were. And basically, the study came out and said, you cannot have a fire district. It'd be too expensive, wouldn't work. So it didn't tell you what you could do. It just said, take this option off the table. And for that, both the city and the township threw $25,000 at it jointly. Here's what I want to say. I have served on both boards, and I get it, and I feel comfortable in this building, and I feel comfortable most of the time in the city building. And, you know, I told Fred, I ran into Fred this last week, and I said, if I want to know everything bad about the city, I go to the township. They tell me, they keep a list. I'm not talking about you. If I want to know everything bad about the township, I'd go to the city. They tell me, they keep a list. And as long as, and it's kind of a tough message, but as long as the politicians are involved, by politicians, I mean people who are elected to office, because you have an edge about you. You know exactly where the boundary is. And if the donut shop says Sugar Creek or Bellbrook, it's an issue. If the pizza shop, But your citizens don't care, and neither do the people in Bellerive. They don't care. They just want to donate a piece of pizza, and they think it's all one anyways. 5 minutes? Let me finish my point. The thing is, as long as there's that political edge, we're not going to have any progress. The initiative for any kind of a joint study, and someone said it took 2 years for River Ridge to get their covenants figured out. I heard that. The initiative needs to come, it needs to be non-political, it needs to come from people in the community, citizens in the community, but they need to be non-political, and I've seen it work. When the water system in Bellerive was at one time a county system, Bellerive bought that. It was a three-way negotiation between the city, the township was involved because the township was worried about annexations, and obviously the county. And that was a very public and it was a very slow process. So I heard that there was a meeting. I don't know, I know some of who went there. I don't know everybody. I heard the mayor was there and I heard city manager, and I'm sure, and maybe, I don't know who else was there. But I heard it broke down and people came to conclusions within 5 minutes. That's not negotiation. That's not discussion. And, you know, we're spending millions of dollars in each jurisdiction, and we have a duplication of services, and we have a duplication of administrative cost. And I know you're watching your clock. I'm actually conscious of it. But the thing is, as long as we have a mindset of me and not we, we're going to have 2 fire departments, 2 police departments, 2 jurisdictions. We're going to have higher property taxes, and everyone's going to be protecting their own turf. There needs to be a different approach. This approach has worked, and it's worked successfully in the past between the city and the township. It's worked on development. It's worked on annexation. It has... I'm going to smash that.
That was 2 extra minutes, Dave.
And, well, I'm going to finish.
Well, that's up to the chair.
Well,
I'd like to finish.
can you wrap up in like 1 minute? Or
I don't
so?
know.
Okay, well, let's see what we could do, but I do think
But-
it warrants another discussion here.
But the thing is that as long as we look at, if you continue to look at it, and same for city, they can, I know how they look at it, but as people continue to look at it from their perspective, and they don't have an open mind possibility, you're always going to have 2 departments. And it's a huge waste of money. $2 million ladder truck. We don't need 2 ladder trucks, okay? You don't need 4 stations. But when people say, well, that's ours, we paid for this. No, it's not yours, it's ours. It's the we, not, you know. That's the reason I,
Okay, so
Got on my easy
is your
chair and came down
proposal,
tonight.
to be clear, so you're suggesting that we try to get a community-based group to look into consolidating?
I
Is
think,
that your proposal?
in terms of creating a group, the less the township has to do with it, and the less the city has to do with it, the more successful the group will be. And you don't want to give me another 5 minutes, but I can explain why. I'm not just pulling that out of thin air. I've also seen joint committees appointed and structured, depending on who you put on it, that were doomed to fail from the get-go. And that's it. So, you know,
Are you looking to head up that organization?
I don't know.
He just said sometimes they're doomed, Fred.
I'm, I served in public office.
There you have.
And I listened to your discussion here tonight with no disrespect. I did the same thing with the city. I listened to it, and as you guys talk, I got this dialogue going in my head. You know, the voices. And I think, thank God I'm not up there. I'm serious, all this stuff. I've done that part. I've done my curb cuts, I've done my fence disputes, I've done
You won your chickens.
Don't
Yeah, the
forget the
chickens,
chickens.
oh, the chickens, yes.
Well, chickens took 3 years, and it took 3 years, and it was more than just chickens. Oh,
I know.
you know it.
I know that.
Yeah. It had less to do with chickens than it had to do with politics. But I would be willing to work on it. I know the type of people we've had in the past. We got some smart people in our communities. We got some intelligent people, and we got some people who are community-oriented and don't have a political axe. And it should be, I don't know. It's just, I'm telling you, there's the solution, and a lot of money's being wasted, and a lot of administrative time, and, you know.
We
it's just-
definitely approached, when the study was happening, that it could be a win-win for all the communities and all the taxpayers if we could save our community.
But I hear the city bash the township, and frankly, I hear the township bash the city, and it gets us no place. It really does. And the only one up here I don't really care for is Karen. Just to put that in the record.
Well, we're friends, Mr. Buckler.
No. That's over. That's in the minutes. So, thank you
All
very
right,
much.
thank you.
And if you're interested in it, I'll pursue it. If you're not, then I'm going to go cut the grass in my backyard, because that's what I do. So, how you doing?
Thank you, sir. All right, are there any other public comments related to the agenda? All right, Denise?
Denise Moore, Napa Valley Drive. I was so thinking that I wasn't going to get up here and speak tonight, but because Jody, you mentioned this June 19th event. If you don't make Juneteenth a part of that event, it would
Well,
be...
it's not my event. It's
I
the
know.
park's. Okay.
I'm just saying, politically, that would be a bad move, in my opinion.
I'll contact them tomorrow.
If you get Juneteenth involved in that as a major part of that, then I will help.
Okay.
But unless that becomes a major part, because I've tried in this community
I know.
multiple times.
And I worked with you.
You did. And I've tried multiple times to get a Juneteenth event set up. Instead, now I've gone to Kettering. I'm working with Kettering right now. Kettering, Beaver Creek, us, the Springboro.
Yes.
We're part of what we call South Dayton organization.
They said if I had any other ideas after the fact to get back with them, or if anybody else would want to participate. So I'll definitely reach back out, and
I appreciate that.
I will.
Because I think it would be a major mistake.
But I have a question. It's Juneteenth, and this is, I thought, July 19th.
You said Juneteenth.
I know, but now I'm rethinking this. Let me see.
That would be much better, because if you're going to...
Actually, it is, so that's
Okay.
it's July 19th, noon to 2. That's why I thought, when I asked if it was a Saturday,
That makes more sense that it would be on a Saturday, too.
Yeah, because June 19th...
it's actually on a Sunday.
Yeah, a weekend day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why when they said Friday, I'm sorry, it is July 19th.
That's much better.
But you can still help and do something there for whatever, because I know they're looking for other ideas.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Denise. I have it right here, and I have told everybody wrong, so that's my fault.
Well, thank you. Now we have it correct in our
Thank-
calendars.
thank you, Denise.
Thank you, Denise, yes.
You got that all straightened
That was
out.
good, okay.
Appreciate it. We'd have shown up on the wrong day.
We would have been there with our hot dogs and baseball bats.
All right, anyone else?
Are you
Go ahead.
going to still ask for Juneteenth to be part of that event? I'm kidding.
No, I'm just gonna, if she wants to participate and do something, she can set up a table or pass out, or, I know she does Sugar Creek Cares and different things, so.
All right.
It would be silly to have it a month later.
All right, any other public comments, agenda-related topics? Okay, we'll move on to old business, and now I guess we will reach out to the park and find out about our community meeting and when that will be. And then we can move on to consent agenda items. So we have the payment of bills, the minutes, increase in appropriations, resignation of police department staff, authorizing the township administrator to act as the signatory for Ohio CAT for the brush for the skid steer, resolution to place restrictions on door-to-door solicitations performed by transient vendors, and the National Day of Prayer proclamation. So do we need to
Any
break
questions
of
on
those?
any of those?
I know we've talked about many of those in other meetings here. So do you need to break anything out, Jody? Okay. Well, I will make a motion that we accept all of the consent agenda items as presented.
One of you.
I second that.
Mr. Kramer?
Yes.
Mr. Stephanie?
Yes.
Ms. Poonamole?
Yes.
All right. Motion carried.
Always afraid I'm going to say the wrong thing in the wrong order.
All right. Next, we'll move to discussion of agenda items and OTARMA renewal.
So we got, OTARMA is our liability insurance and insurance on our vehicles and buildings. Last year, we saw a tremendous increase in the cost, and this year, it's gone up another 15%. It's going to be, it was, I think, 99 last year, something like 96 last year, something like that. And it's going up to 109,280 this year. We're kind of stuck because of the ongoing litigation. Until that's resolved, we can change, but we would have to assume all liability for those,
So we can't change.
for those processes. So, yeah.
Has it gone up just because everything has gone up, or has it gone up because you're in the midst of what's going on?
No, I think it's just, everybody's went up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't us, it was everybody's has gone up. Ours has not gone up as much as a lot of other places. So, just wanted to give the board a heads up. It's going up again this year.
But it is a year renewal, so we can
Yes.
look at it again next year.
Yep.
Okay.
Until we get resolution on the lawsuit, we don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice, that's correct. Yep.
I do request if we do look at switching insurance companies, I really miss our community cleanup days. And I know it was OTARMA's ruling that we cannot do community cleanup days because it's too much of a liability, according to OTARMA. So I would like to see
I love that.
that include, me too. So I'd like to see that come back if we can find an insurance company that will cover us that way. And then I had some comments about the prayer before township meetings. I owe a couple of you a response on that. So these are the comments I prepared, and then I'm going to make a motion potentially here. So the comments I have is both the U.S. Senate and House of Representatives start each session with a prayer, and this tradition has been in place since the First Continental Congress of 1774. And the prayers are both ceremonial, symbolic, and historical, showing the faith of our American heritage and governance. And they, even at the federal level, they do invite guest chaplains to come and speak to the representatives and senators there in the session. And in June of 1787, during the Constitutional Convention, Ben Franklin suggested that the Assembly also begin each day with prayer when they were seeking resolution and having significant disagreements. So that was something that he proposed, and they also suggested that they have local clergy officiate at those prayer services. And additionally, this precedent is set at the state level, the county level, and other local local jurisdictions. So I would like to codify our precedent that we have been doing probably for a year and a half, having the prayers before and having the ministerial association select local ministers from our community, and they have someone in charge that is doing that. So the motion I'd like to officially make is to codify the practice of including prayer on the agenda for each Sugar Creek Township trustee meeting by adding it to the schedule, so it is officially on the schedule before the Pledge of Allegiance. And I'd also like to note the pastor and the church that they represent on the agenda. And Elizabeth Davis, who is the Bellbrook Sugar Creek Ministerial Association spokesperson and scheduler, said that she would be happy to send that information so we can get that on the agenda. So I officially make that motion to include prayer on the agenda.
I second that.
Mr. Kramer?
Yes.
Mr. Stephanie?
Yes.
Ms. Puderow?
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, now we will move to any other discussion?
Well, I just want to
Oh,
say,
go ahead, okay.
I know Denise has been very passionate about it,
Yes, she has.
but I do feel that as a classroom teacher, I had to deal with situations sometimes, and I think that Carolyn has made options that we could do it before or just to meet those needs. So I'm not being compassionate to your belief.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next we will move to public comments, limited to 5 minutes per person, township-related business only, and time cannot be yielded to another person. So any public comments?
David, take his comments on these.
Donna Hellman, Windy Bluff Court. Just a couple things. What did I want to start with? The signs at some of the developments that are completed, like the condominiums, they have their, for sale. I think all those units are sold.
I think they still have some listed for sale, Donna, but I will check in and
Okay.
see. Yeah.
Magnolia Meadows?
And like Bell Sierra, I think they're completely built out. I'm just wondering, there's those temporary signs that they've got that, in addition to their signs, that those should be yanked, which led to the discussion about the solicitation signs, stuff that you're doing. The neighborhood, we have neighborhood watch signs in our neighborhood, but they're faded. Is that something that you guys replace?
Yes.
Okay, that would be really great. And then, and then when the solicitation stuff gets done, there's not going to be a sign, but how are people going to know?
So we have a resident information sheet that will go on our website when we post the information about transient vendors and how they put their name on the list, how they get the sticker, if they want a window decal, we have those available. So all of that information will be added to the website. So that's where it'll be.
And so we're making the assumption that they will look at the website.
Oh, right.
Okay, I just want to know, because I live in the very first cul-de-sac, so it's really easy. They start with us. So I will have a paper there that I can
And
hand them.
most of the folks that are going door to door do call, but because we don't have anything in place that regulates them, right now it's sort of a free-for-all. So now that we have this scheme, this framework in place, we'll be background checking those folks before they go into the neighborhoods and giving the residents the ability to opt out.
Okay. So I just have one other question. During COVID, there was an online meeting or a Zoom meeting for Board of Zoning Appeal, and it dealt with that Weller Foundation. I can't think of the name. I go by and the name never really sticks with me, but
River Prairie.
it looks like it's all done.
Scenic River Prairie.
That's it.
Yeah,
Is it ever going to open?
that's a great question.
I talked to Tom
In our lifetime.
probably a month and a half ago, and he still didn't have a date. There's some issues inside the building that aren't complete.
They were so enthusiastic. They were, going gung-ho. It was going to be all this stuff, and I was really enthused because the grandchildren are getting to they're right at the right age to do that, and I'm afraid that they'll be heading off to college when it finally opens.
Teachers call wanting to have field
Yes.
trips there, yeah.
Yes.
There's definitely a lot of interest.
I love that the building looks great, too.
It does, and, it's like, well, where is this thing? It's walking paths. They were supposed to have a sugar house in the back to make maple syrup, an overlook over the river, all those wonderful things. People were so excited, the neighbors were thrilled, and it was such a wonderful thing, and they did all the building, and I don't know, I'm just wondering, must be a write-off somehow.
Is there supposed to be another barn or something? I thought I
There's
heard that they
another
were going to do
building.
another building on top of what they did.
No,
So
no,
that's
it was
what-
just that
that's-
one.
Okay,
The
I
one
thought
building, and then
I know
they
it is
have
right
an
now, but I
overlook
heard,
on the river.
and
I don't
you
think
see that.
that's been put in yet.
Okay.
Maybe it
I thought we
has.
said at one of the meetings there was going to be a second building. Was that-
According to
that's-
Bellbrook Insurance, there's a second building going to be.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so I thought that there was going to be another building.
Well, there's another building,
There is already a
there's
building
one
on the
other
property.
building on the property on the other side of that little creek.
Oh, okay, so
already
past the
there.
overlook.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha, okay.
Because they were only going to build the one, it was supposed to be like 2,500
Okay.
square feet or something, and they were going to have 48 parking spaces or something on that order, and that was pretty much it.
Yep, that's all. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Kara, could we add, I know the roads department is looking at signs, so could they add neighborhood watch? Like, could that be
Yeah,
part of
have
our
it on
sign
my
branch?
list. Yes,
Perfect. All right, great. All right, anyone else for township-related business? All right, everyone's
I
quiet.
do need a executive session under 12122 G1,
All right, will there be any discussion afterwards?
probably.
Probably? Okay,
Do we-
okay.
Do we have one more piece of agenda?
Trustee, staff discussion, so do you want to do that after the
Yeah,
executive?
we can do that now.
Okay, all right, so trustee, staff discussion?
So just, I have one point. I received an alert saying there was no work session today. I've never had an alert saying that work sessions were,
Excellent.
so I don't know if I did, my wife did, but
I think-
anyway, I wanted to applaud the staff because
Great, thank you I will let Sarah know that her alert went out, and it was amazing.
yes.
Okay, I must have gotten bumped off of the alerts,
Was
because
it a
I used to
text
be,
alert?
Yeah.
I used to get the text
Wait,
alerts.
I
So
didn't get
you
it
went,
either.
oh, you didn't?
Jeannie got it.
Jeannie got it.
Well, the system knows the importance level.
And we just don't rank,
Probably a lot, probably a lot to
Jeannie's
that.
right up there.
Jeannie's up there, yes.
Probably a lot to that.
Okay, so you said G1?
One.
Okay, so I will make a motion that we go into executive session under Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G1 to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee. All right, do I have a second?
I second that.
Mr. Kramer?
Yes.
Mr. Football?
Yes.
Mr. Stephanie?
Yes, so you're welcome to stay if you want to hear our comments afterwards, so it sounds like it's going to be fairly fast.
Should be.
All right, the time is 8:32, and we are back from executive session.
I need a motion to approve the agreement between Sugar Creek Township and the Sugar Creek Township Police Association, effective March 30th, 2026 through March 25th, 2029. It's served case number 2025-MED-12-1309.
So moved.
Mr. Kramer?
Yes.
Ms. Puderball?
Yes.
Mr. Stephanie?
Yes.
And that's it, folks.
All right. Any other business for the go to the order? Okay. The time is 8:33, and we will adjourn by acclamation, unless you want to make a motion. All right, we'll adjourn by acclamation, and the meeting is concluded. Thank you.